I'm shocked. I thought he was announcing he's coming back. So, but certainly this is a happy day. You know, I think when student athletes pick a school and go to college, you know, they go for the reasons to have the best chance to have the best life whenever their completion is up, time in school, and certainly the time is right for Andrew, and opportunity is certainly knocking on the door. And you know, he had an unbelievable freshman year for us by a distant margin. He's the all-time leading freshman scorer in the history of the school, consensus second-team All-American, first-team All-League. Put us on his back many times throughout the course of our season. And certainly one of the bright things about his stay here was that you know, he was so coachable and a great teammate, and everybody wanted to see him do well. So we're very proud of him, very excited for his future, and certainly as good as he's been for us, we know he's only scratching the surface of what he'll do moving forward. So I think this is a great decision and one that we support 100%. Well, I think that the improvement he made this year with his approach and mindset was a great improvement. I think that, you know, if you look at his statistics and everything, and you look in the games in which we labored for the most part, or games which were narrow victories, he always seemed to produce more. He's one of those guys that if the team didn't have to have him do it, he a lot of times deferred to let others do it. But at game point, you know, usually he was right there. So I think that his talent is unbelievable. I think he's just scratching the surface. His athletic ability, you know, even though there's other great athletes out there, I don't think there's many that can do the things physically that he can do. But I do think he's still some time away. He's young. He just turned 19. So and he could very easily be a high school senior right now. But I think his ceiling is the highest that I've been around. I think that he's going to have a remarkable future, but I do think it's going to take a lot of hard work, like he alluded to, and you know, he's got to get serious, because this is no longer fun. It's fun, but it's also his profession, it's his trade, it's his job, and I think with all the time he'll spend in the gym, I think that he's going to improve so much rapidly. But if he was my son, I would tell him that he's made the right decision. It's time, and now with that being said, there's also that time. Now you go from being a youngster to being a man and competing against men, so your approach has to change and be like a man's. But for as far as weight, I've never been one to get hung up on weight. I've always been hung up on strength. And my personal opinion is there's a natural maturation process that takes place with everybody physically, and he's going to get bigger, and he'll do it naturally, and he'll do it through weights, and as looking at him now, you'd almost think for a wing, is there really a better basketball body? Because you know he's going to fill out, and some of the greatest ever had the exact same frame or similar frame that he had that he has at the same age, and look at how they matured physically. So he'll do the same. Well, you know, obviously, you know, although it didn't end the way we all had hoped it would, but I mean, you know, we won another league championship, and you know, that would have been very difficult to do without Andrew's presence, and of course he impacted our performance on the court in a big way. But the positive impact is you know, sometimes I think when you're here a short period of time, not everybody gets a chance to know him the way that we all know him, and what you see is what you get. He's a humble, unselfish, team first guy, and I think that he's been an unbelievable ambassador for our program, and will continue to be a great ambassador for the years moving forward. So he really has been a blessing to coach, and I think all our coaches would say that, and certainly all the teammates would say he's been great in the locker room. But he's impacted us in a big way, and I do think when you recruit a player of his caliber that comes in with as much hype as he's had and handled everything as well and beautifully as he has, considering all the hype, I think it certainly should bode well for us in him helping us recruit others also. Well, I mean, I think to echo on what Mitch said, he gets it. I think he gets the moment. I think he gets the situation. I think he gets the magnitude. I think there's a lot of things that he gets that puts him beyond his years from a maturity standpoint in that regard. But the biggest thing I think he's going to have to understand, it's a lot like this year. He came in with so much hype that whether he knew it or not, everybody was salivating for the opportunity to get a chance to go against a guy with that much hype. I mean, that's the way it is. And he's going to go into the next level with a lot of hype. And there's going to be a lot of men that say, whoa, now, Rook, hey, I've been doing this for a long time, and it's going to be, you're going to have to earn your way, which I think is exactly what anybody would need at a young age to help mature and grow up. So I don't think there's anything that he's going to face is going to be anything he can't handle. But I do think he has to be prepared, and that preparation begins physically, but also begins emotionally and mentally right now, because he's got to understand that it's fun in games, it's fun. Press conferences and announcements are good, but when this is over, it's time to get to work.